Welcome to the world of powerful wood splitters that tear through massive logs with absolute precision. This is where machines reign over the forest timber. Subscribe now to experience raw, satisfying power. Welcome to Woodpath channel. Simple, yet powerful. Compact, yet surprisingly effective. The gas-powered wood chipper comes to life in the open air, its engine roaring alongside the crisp crackle of splintering wood. No electricity needed, no tangled cords. Just fill the fuel tank, hold the starter, and the machine is ready for action. Dry branches, bulky wood scraps, tangled garden debris, all are fed into the hopper. Inside, high-speed rotating blades engage instantly. The wood is grabbed, shredded, and ejected through the discharge chute, a steady stream of sharp wood chips, flowing like a sawdust waterfall. In just minutes, a messy pile of branches is gone, replaced by a neat mound of mulch, ready to be used for compost, biofuel, or garden ground cover. Simple, portable, reliable. It's the ideal solution for farmers, gardeners, or anyone needing on-site wood processing. No power source required, no need for external help. One small machine, saving hours of manual labor. The gas-powered wood chipper, mobile strength for everyday wood management. On an open plot near the woods, the cone log splitter mounted to a tractor is in steady operation. The steel conical tip spins rapidly, powered by the tractor's PTO shaft, delivering consistent torque. It resembles a giant drill bit, sharp, fast, and incredibly effective. A man grips a large log with both hands and pushes it firmly against the spinning cone. As the pointed tip contacts the wood, its helical grooves begin to bite deeper into the grain, applying massive twisting pressure. Slowly but surely, the log begins to split, following the natural lines of the grain, as if an invisible chisel were prying it apart. No traditional blade, no hydraulics, just rotational force and manual effort. The sound is a dry screech of wood fibers tearing. In 720p resolution, the footage captures the rapid spinning of the cone and the gradual but precise cracking of the log surface. This is a raw, mechanical approach to firewood processing, minimalistic, old school, but still impressively effective. Kirpan CV22 Pro and Lindner 14. machines that still need a human hand. Massive logs are pulled steadily into the steel arms of the Kirpan CV22 Pro, powered by the reliable Lindner 14. Beneath the dusty light of the timber yard, each log is lifted upright like a pillar, waiting for the blade to do its work. From above, the cutting wedge lowers slowly, heavy, and deliberate. But this machine, despite its strength, doesn't work alone. A man stands beside it, like a father guiding his child, turning the log, adjusting the angle, steadying its weight. The machine may have power, but it needs guidance. The splitter groans softly, stalling briefly when it meets a knot of resistance. Still, the man stays close, correcting, encouraging. It's not just a display of power, it's a partnership where man and machine complete each other. One supplies force, the other supplies finesse. In every split, every adjustment, there's something deeply human, an old rhythm of labor where technology still listens to the hands that shaped it. No axe needed. Can a 30-ton kinetic log splitter handle a giant log? The wood splitter roars to life, powered by a gas engine, sending a deep vibration through its heavy steel frame. Once the massive log is set in place, the ram slams forward with explosive force, driving the log hard against the sharp wedge. Each strike tears the wood apart cleanly and powerfully, splitting thick fibers with shocking ease. The operator carefully adjusts the log's position after every split, rotating it, flipping it, aligning it, ensuring that the entire log is reduced to usable firewood. No axe, no backbreaking labor, just 30 tons of kinetic energy and a skilled hand guiding the machine. Even the biggest logs don't stand a chance. Lasco LA Split D1-10, a steel arm and a conical wedge made to tear giants apart. Mounted on a heavy-duty hydraulic arm, the Lasco LA Split D1-10 cone splitter spins with brutal power. The hardened steel cone, thick, sharp, and relentless, slowly presses down into a log up to 60 centimeters in diameter. These are massive trunks, the kind that demand respect. No conveyor, no base, just steel and torque. The arm lowers precisely, the cone bites into the log and starts to spiral inward. You hear the crack, fibers ripping apart, as if the wood is being split from the inside out. In moments, the log fractures, halved, then quartered, cleanly and completely. The Lasco D1-10 doesn't rush. It doesn't hesitate. It simply rips through giant logs like it was made for titans.
I don't know why people don't buy these things. I know they're very expensive, but it is the best
The Super
thing
Split
for
log splitter is a modern, powerful machine designed to efficiently handle logs of various sizes. Featuring a sturdy steel frame and a high-capacity hydraulic system, the machine easily pushes logs firmly into the sharp splitting wedge. The splitter's blade is specially designed with an optimized cutting angle, allowing logs to be split quickly and evenly. The splitting process runs smoothly and continuously, with decisive cuts and minimal vibration. As the blade descends, uniformly sized split pieces are pushed out, ready for transport or further use. Wood chips scatter lightly, producing minimal dust and maintaining a clean and safe working environment.
I believe they just didn't market it right, because there is nothing wrong with this machine. Girls, get your boys a super split. They will not regret it. And this is not a sales pitch, this is the truth.
A compact machine, carrying the strength of an entire forest. On screen, the 15-ton hydraulic wood splitter and chipper begins its work, quiet, deliberate, and unshakably powerful. Each hardwood log is gripped tightly by the steel claws. Then, with just a smooth stroke, the hydraulic wedge applies up to 15 tons of pressure. The log cracks open, split into halves, then quarters, with surgical precision. Each chunk drops neatly to the ground, ready for use. But the job doesn't stop there. Next, the chipper unit, reback, activates. Larger wood pieces are pulled into the spinning drum, where razor-sharp blades reduce them into chips or sawdust, perfect for fuel, compost, or pellet production. Every motion is clean, efficient. One operator is all it takes, yet the machine replaces the effort of an entire crew. Small in size, but mighty in impact, a true ally for forestry work, farm operations, or anyone seeking smart, efficient wood processing. From raw timber to ready material, the transformation happens in minutes. This is more than a splitter, it's a compact production line, a symbol of modern labor. Tosh Fun RCA 400 Joy, where steel meets timber and technology conquers the resistance of nature. In the middle of a vast wood yard, the Tosh Fun RCA 400 Joy stands as a silent titan, relentless, precise, unstoppable. The deep rumble of hydraulics echoes through the air as its mechanical arm swings into motion, gripping a massive log covered in bark, dust, and history. With effortless might, it lifts the log and lays it into the heart of the machine, perfectly aligned, ready for the next strike. Inside, the wedge begins to move, slowly, deliberately. No rush, no hesitation. It inches forward with the steady rhythm of a machine that knows exactly what it's doing. The sharpened steel presses into the log, and then, crack. A splitting sound tears through the yard. The wood yields, not in surrender, but in defeat. Splinters and sawdust burst into the air, scattering like sparks after an explosion. Beneath the machine, split logs fall into neat piles, the product of a relentless process that never falters. A man stands beside the control station, watching every motion. His hands rest on the levers, calm but firm, guiding the beast with precision born from experience. This is more than a machine. Tafun RCA 400 Joy is the perfect union of human will and mechanical power, where every motion, every cut, is a reminder that with the right tools, even the wildest force of nature can be shaped. The bright orange Multitech firewood processor stands out vividly in the expansive wood yard. The machine operates smoothly, creating a lively industrial scene. Logs are placed on the feed deck, gently pushed forward by the conveyor belt toward the sharp, fast-spinning circular saw blade. As soon as the blade contacts the log, a crisp cutting sound rings out, quickly splitting the wood into smaller, manageable sections. Then, a powerful hydraulic ram pushes these sections forward to the splitting wedge, where uniform firewood pieces are neatly separated and drop onto the wood conveyor. The entire process runs continuously with steady, uninterrupted operation. The gleaming orange surface of the machine reflects light, highlighting Multitech's modern design and high efficiency. The DR Rapid Fire K34 Pro XL is compact yet powerful. It harnesses the decisive kinetic force to split wood quickly and efficiently. Logs are securely placed on the platform, and the operator firmly lowers the lever, like a steel punch, propelling the log with immense force toward the razor-sharp, splitting blade waiting patiently to tear through the wood with perfect precision. Every motion is swift and powerful, the machine acting like a relentless warrior, breaking down tough logs into neatly sized, precise firewood pieces. A custom-modified excavator fitted with a special boom, not with a digging bucket, but with a dedicated wood splitter mounted at its head. The entire system acts as a massive steel arm, engineered to handle logs up to 80 centimeters in diameter. The operator carefully maneuvers the boom, positioning the splitting blade against a large log. Strong steel claws grip the log firmly and lift it into the air. Then, with each crushing blow from the mounted splitter, the sharp steel blade drives deep into the timber, ripping the log apart piece by piece. Each split sends a clean crack echoing through the forest air as the wood fractures with raw force. The broken sections fall to the ground one after another, building a pile, while the machine resets for the next cut. The entire scene blends the mechanical with the primal, a creative, powerful use of engineering where a custom excavator becomes a mobile splitting unit, ready to operate deep in the woods without needing a stationary worksite. Multitech 2025, bold and orange, relentless under the open sky. Out in the log yard, beneath a sky streaked with sawdust and sunlight, the bright orange Multitech 2025 stands like a seasoned steel warrior. No labels needed, its dusty, scratched orange coat speaks of thousands of relentless working hours. The log conveyor runs smoothly, feeding each timber into the cutting system. A massive circular saw blade screams to life, dropping with surgical finality, slicing through the log like a knife through wax. Instantly, the cut section is shoved into the splitter. A heavy-duty cross wedge comes down, breaking the log into neat, equal firewood pieces. The roar of machinery, the thump of splitting wood, the swirl of dust, it's a raw industrial symphony. Multitech 2025 doesn't boast, it proves. A machine built to work. Fast, clean, precise, tireless. The woodbine log splitter hums steadily in the busy lumber yard. The air is filled with a mix of engine sounds and the crisp crack of splitting wood. A man sits beside the machine, calmly operating the hydraulic controls, his eyes fixed on each log that enters the system. Each log is guided onto the splitter's bed, carefully aligned before the steel blade drives down. The wedge slices cleanly through the timber, producing uniform firewood pieces in seconds. Once split, the finished wood falls directly onto the rear conveyor belt, moving along smoothly and without pause. The conveyor extends all the way to the edge of the yard, where a waiting truck stands ready to receive the processed load. One by one, the pieces slide into the truck bed, stacking neatly into a growing pile, a testament to the system's efficiency and precision. Split_fire 4409, a powerful, decisive wood splitter. The Split_fire 4409, painted in bright red, stands tall amidst a pile of firewood. Its hydraulic arm swiftly lifts the log onto a sturdy platform, ready for a precise split. The thick, sharp steel splitting wedge descends, pressing the log with force. The crackling sound echoes with every split as the tough trunk is cleaved in two, then quickly broken down into perfectly sized firewood pieces. The machine runs smoothly yet powerfully, transforming rough logs into flawless firewood chunks, ready for the fireplace or stove. The log splitter equipped with a rotating gear system represents a powerful and efficient mechanical design. The pushing shaft is firmly mounted on a large gear wheel, working in perfect harmony with the entire mechanism. As the machine starts, the gears rotate smoothly, producing a steady, robust motion. With each turn of the gear, the pushing shaft forcefully drives large logs against a sharp blade. The blade immediately applies immense pressure, causing the wood to burst apart violently, producing crisp cracking sounds that echo through the space. Each rotation of the gear delivers a decisive push, splitting the logs into uniformly sized pieces. The smaller wood fragments are expelled outward, falling into neat piles beside the machine, ready for transportation or further processing. The sound of meshing gears combined with the rasp of the blade slicing wood forms an industrial symphony full of life, while sunlight filtering through forest leaves illuminates the machine's surface, highlighting every moving part vividly. The entire system operates continuously and cohesively, showcasing a seamless blend of mechanical engineering and raw physical power to efficiently and safely process large, thick logs. The SMF 13-16 wood splitter operates with relentless precision, a mechanical rhythm pulsing through every movement. A man stands at its side, hand on the control lever, eyes focused. He feeds a thick log into the splitter, crack. It bursts in two with clinical efficiency. Wasting no motion, he grabs the split piece and places it onto the conveyor belt. Each chunk of firewood glides smoothly along, stacking up neatly at the far end, forming a growing mountain of wood, clean, uniform, and ready for use. Behind him, dozens of logs lie still, silent and heavy, waiting their turn under the steel wedge, like a herd of sleeping giants on the verge of awakening. The air hums with the sound of engines, with cracking, steel moving. Here, in this mechanical ballet, man and machine, the SMF 13-16 dance with time, turning raw forest into measured order. The Spalt Fix S40 operates steadily, its conveyor slowly pushing each rough log up toward the sharp saw blade. Every movement is precisely controlled, ensuring the wood is positioned perfectly for a clean, swift cut. The faint roar of the saw blade rises as it contacts the log, splitting the timber decisively and powerfully. The conveyor never stops, maintaining a steady rhythm that keeps the wood splitting process smooth and continuous. Each log is carefully prepared and gently moved, reflecting the perfect harmony between man and machine in wood processing. The Series 8000 wood cutting and splitting machine stands like a colossal steel beast dominating the workshop space. The operator sits motionless inside the cabin, eyes taut like strings, never leaving the control screen. Every move sharp and precise to the millimeter. The splitting blade, sharp as a cold dagger, strikes swiftly into the log, tearing apart wood fibers with relentless force. Meanwhile, the circular saw blade rises and falls rhythmically, shaking the entire frame like thunder roaring through the air, sending sparks flying as metal meets metal. The roar of the machine blends with the crashing of breaking wood, composing a mechanical symphony full of drama, freezing the atmosphere in a breathless moment.
Got it warming up a little bit. I want to talk to you guys about this performance build 27-ton log splitter because it was the best $1,000 I have spent to date.
Performance-built 27-ton log splitter, compact and convenient, but demands physical effort. The performance-built 27-ton log splitter is a compact, easily transportable machine, perfect for users needing flexibility and mobility across different work sites. However, its main drawback is that the operator must manually position each log under the splitter, which becomes challenging when handling large, heavy logs. This requires significant physical effort and can slow down the splitting process, demanding patience and care. Still, with a powerful 27-ton splitting force, this machine reliably gets the job done, making it an ideal choice for small to medium-sized wood processing tasks.
So, got some dead, dry cherry there, but just did a huge cherry round, and that was the very last thing for the bell flare, which sometimes those pieces can be nice and gritty. I got a piece of locust with a really nasty crotch. But let's get jumping. See how she does here. See how she splits this bad locust. As you guys saw, works pretty well. It's not like 38 ton or whatever 40 ton it's gonna blow through big nasty wood, but it's also $1,000. So for me, I'll just noodle up any big wood that I have with a chainsaw. It's easy. I actually keep all the nice small prime size stuff like that 90% of the time for myself because I have a tree service. But that big log, I just brought that out because I wanted to show you guys that it'll split some big nasty stuff too. That's just wow.
Manual log splitting, No machines, just muscle and a sharp axe. In a quiet setting, a young woman stands before a pile of large logs. She raises the heavy axe high above her head, mustering all her strength, then brings it down with force. The sound of steel striking wood rings out, sharp and clean, as the log cracks open with a satisfying snap. This is traditional log splitting, no engine, no hydraulic force, just raw human effort. Each swing of the axe is a challenge requiring precision, power, and determination. A single large log may take several hits, several angle adjustments. Yet this method brings a deep, primal connection, human against wood, using only the simplest of tools. The Kegel device, shaped like a conical spiral auger, is securely mounted onto the arm of a mini excavator. Before drilling begins, the operator positions the auger precisely at the desired drilling location, typically on clay soil or compacted fill ground. The mini excavator activates the Kegel auger, causing it to rotate steadily while applying downward pressure using the weight of the excavator's arm. Thanks to its spiral design and conical shape, the auger gradually drills into the soil, forming a round, cone-shaped hole that widens toward the surface. The hole is formed quickly due to the high rotational speed and the auger's efficient soil penetration capability. In many cases, the completed hole is later used for driving piles, installing concrete posts, or placing underground piping. This method is more cost-effective than traditional pile driving techniques. The compact size of the mini excavator allows it to operate in confined spaces, such as urban construction sites or residential areas. It also offers high maneuverability, fast operation, and minimal disturbance to the surrounding ground surface.